Jesus asked, "Who do people say that I am?" You know, if Jesus were walking this earth today, instead of guiding us from his throne in heaven, if he were here today and wanted to know who people said he was, he'd probably just whip out his 5G smartphone, assuming there's a cell tower in Caesarea Philippi, right? He'd whip out his cell phone and he'd Google himself, right? And all the apostles sitting there with him in the Galilean gourmet coffee shop would be checking their cell phones too. You know, JESUS, enter, right? I did that the other day, and I got 123 million hits for Who is Jesus, and 162 million hits just for the name Jesus. Of course, all those hits don't really tell you who that person is, right? Some of them might tell you about that person, but do they really help us to know the person? If I Googled Father Dave Pecking, I'd find out a lot about Father Dave, but would I really know him? You get to know somebody by sitting and talking with them and asking them questions and listening to answers. That's how you get to know somebody intimately over the course of time. And that's what happened to the apostles. Others had heard about Jesus, but nobody had the kind of intimacy with him like the apostles, who had spent so much time with Jesus, talking with him and listening to him. And that's why Peter's response shouldn't come as too big a surprise. Who knew him better? You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And then Jesus talks about the church he's come to establish, and he gives Peter control over that church, echoing the king in that first reading that we heard from Isaiah, who gives the keys of control to his kingdom over to Eliakim. Our Catholic faith is grounded in the belief that it's not enough to know about Jesus. Lots of people know about Jesus, but all of our practices as Catholics, like the sacraments and especially Holy Communion, exist to bring us into a closer, intimate relationship with him. It's impossible to establish total intimacy with Jesus outside of the Catholic Church.